Hello, my beautiful soul sister. Let me tell you something that might shift everything you thought you knew. The chaos, the storm that shook you was never punishment. It was the universe saying, something has to change. Not just around you, but within you. Because long before that relationship came crashing into your life, there were sacred parts of you already begging to be seen. The part that settled, the part that softened knows to keep the peace, the part that confused being needed with being loved. You may have looked put together on the outside, the career, the friends, the routine, but beneath it all, something was missing, something disconnected from your power. Then came the dynamic that flipped your worlds. Not quiet, not kind. It arrived like a test wrapped in chaos, emotional highs and lows that jolted you awake. It was never about them. Not really. It was about what they activated in you. That chaos, it was a crossroads. The moment life asked, will you keep abandoning yourself or will you finally come home? The storm wasn't here to destroy you, my friend. It was to break the silence you were conditioned to keep. To challenge the belief that love equals suffering. To call you back to the truth your intuition always knew. You spent so long trying to fix the relationship, to fix them, to fix yourself. But the truth is, it wasn't you that needed fixing. It was the lie you were taught about your worth. You weren't just surviving dysfunction. You were adapting to it, shrinking to stay safe. But your body, wise as ever, she knew. The anxiety, the overthinking, the gut deep exhaustion, all signs your soul was begging for more than survival. And sometimes we need the storm to tear down the illusion. Here's what few will dare to admit. If that person had been calm and consistent, you might have stayed long enough to keep betraying yourself. The chaos forced your hand. It made your discomfort undeniable. It peeled back your defenses and you said, you can't pretend anymore. And in that unraveling, you found your strength. Not in a perfect moment, but piece by piece. Because awakening isn't graceful, it's raw and it's real. It's a breakdown that becomes your breakthrough. Your breakdown becomes your breakthrough. When everything fell apart, you probably asked, what did I do wrong? But what if pain wasn't punishment? What if it was just direction, a sacred pivot? Every heartbreak, betrayal, and confusing cycle didn't come to destroy you. It came to redirect you out of the comfort zone that became your prison, away from the patterns that kept you small. The universe tried to whisper, but when you didn't listen, it flipped the whole damn table on you. That relationship wasn't a curse, it was a mirror. It reflected the places inside you still longing for love, still stuck in survival, still aching to be chosen by someone else before even choosing yourself. Here's what no one likes to admit. You wouldn't have left if it hadn't hurt. You would have kept bending, explaining, proving. The pain made it impossible to lie to yourself anymore. It forced your spirit, the one buried under years of conditioning, to rise louder than your excuses. And that's what made it safe. Not a detour, a return. Not just away from them, but back to you. This wasn't just about leaving a relationship. It was about waking up to your life, to all the places you've gone quiet, to the truth you buried beneath being nice, strong, or capable. Yeah, the pain didn't show up to hurt you or to break you. It came to break the illusion that you had to earn love, that being selfless made you worthy, that shrinking yourself was noble. No, when these pieces fell apart, they gifted you something rare. Clarity. Clarity about what you want, what you will no longer tolerate, and what love actually feels like. And yes, it left you raw, maybe even alone, but that stillness, that's where the truth is. There was truth. And the sacred space to rebuild yourself. The pain wasn't the end, it was an invitation, a call back to yourself, back home. And maybe you didn't feel strong right away. Maybe you're still gathering your pieces. That's okay. It's okay. Because healing isn't about perfection. It's about honesty. It's about presence and willingness to look at the hard places, at the shadows. Because you, my love, you are not here to be anchored in someone else's storm. You're not here to absorb chaos or shrink yourself to feel safe. You're here to break the cycle. And yes, it's hard. Yes, it's messy. But you were chosen for this because you are capable, because you are the one who says, not with me, not anymore. You weren't placed in that storm to lose yourself. You were placed there to remember yourself. Not to settle for survival, but to rise into wholeness. That whisper inside you, the one that says, this can't be it, that was the truth. Because healing doesn't begin with a breakthrough, it begins with a breakdown. The moment you say, enough, that's when the real magic happens. That's when it begins. When you go from asking, why don't they love me, to declaring, why did I ever believe I had to earn love? You take your power back. You stop attracting those who feed off your insecurities. You align with those who meet you at your healed level. You stop mistaking red flags for connection. And you realize peace isn't boring, it's powerful. You speak up, not from rage, but from self-respect. You choose yourself, not because there's no one else, but because you finally know you're enough. And yes, that shift may scare the people who once benefited from your silence, but you don't owe them comfort. You owe yourself freedom. You were never broken. You were taught to forget your light. But now you remember. And once you do, there's no going back. You become the one who ends the cycle, who reclaims her worth, who redefines love for every soul who comes after you. And that, my beautiful friends, my beautiful sister, my soul sister, that is revolutionary. Thank you.